bumps you were taking at the start on Shotgun Saturday Night in
Yeah.
the first few weeks were with Ahmed Johnson.
Yes.
What were your, and we're going to get to the incident in a minute, but what were your initial interactions, impressions like with Ahmed Johnson?
I believe my first interaction with Ahmed and my first thoughts of Ahmed was, this cup has a better purpose in life than Ahmed Johnson. Did I say that out loud?
What? So why? We know later why you had problems with him, but at the beginning, was it very clear that he just rubbed people up the wrong way, or?
Yeah, he did not understand what the wrestling business was or is, or how the structure, the hierarchy of wrestling was, and he just didn't get it. And he's the kind of guy that Vince wanted to throw money at. Vince wanted to make him a megastar. But he was, and I hate to use a term, he was so ignorant he couldn't figure out that all he had to do was just shut his mouth and make money. And it was see, now we're getting mad D-Lo now. There are very few people in wrestling where I actually say I dislike or hate. I got two of them. Ahmed's one of them. Johnny Ace is the other. Him.
Understandable.
And I don't swear this much either. Usually when I have a microphone in my hand, I don't curse. That's why I felt the need. I left the locker room and in a hotel, and the whole time here I was cussing and swearing, so I was just getting in practice.
If you want to call Ahmed a you can just do it. It's fine.
Ahmed's a Oh, I did it again! Oh, all right. Full disclosure. So I'm riding here today I'm riding up from Leicester today with my friend Fiona. She's in the audience somewhere. And based on the word pretty in the States, is pretty bad, okay? Now, I don't give my ex-wife a lot of credit for anything. I told Fiona the story earlier. I don't give my ex-wife credit for anything. In fact, I like Ahmed Johnson more than my ex-wife. Just had that epiphany. But we were at this place one time, and this girl who was behind the counter was really, really angry and bitchy and just belligerent. And my ex-wife, you could see her getting madder and madder and madder. And this is the greatest insult I've ever heard of in my life. She looked at this girl and she goes, "You're such a rag." Wow, that was deep.
That's strong.
Like, wow. So yes, if I don't like you a lot, I will definitely call you a rag.
So,
where do you go from there?
Where do you go from rag? So, Ahmed, let's go back to Ahmed Johnson. Before we
rag.
Before we talk about the fight, the incident,
Yeah.
Before that and the lead up to it, because that's like a year later, it's down
Yeah.
the line.
Yeah.
But when you're working with them, or you and Ron are working with them, is it brewing? Is it getting worse and worse, and that's why you guys?
He was unsafe. He only cared about himself, and in the ring, full disclosure, you put your life in the hands of your opponent, because they're only doing to you what you allow them to do. And so safety is paramount. And as someone who's been involved in an accident in the ring, safety is the one thing you concern yourself with. It's not being the biggest star. It's not being the best wrestler. It's being the safest out there. And Ahmed just did not care about that. So he would get sloppy, and he kicked Ron Simmons so hard it lacerated Ron's kidneys. That should tell you something about safety and his lack of it in the ring.
So when that happened, was he apologetic to Ron about that?
Not one bit, didn't care. And this is the reason why Ron Simmons hated him, is because he kicks Ron, lacerates his kidneys, and then never calls Ron to check on him. Never. I don't care who you are. If you step on someone's toe hard enough, you're going to say, are you okay? How's it going? Check on him a week later. Ron is out 9 months, and Ahmed never calls him once to say, how are you doing? What's going on? Meanwhile, he's still beating the piss out of us, and it just started building and building and building, so much so when Ron finally came back, this is great. Ron finally comes back, and he comes back, and we're all like, ooh, Ron's coming back this week. He going to kill Ahmed. Ron's coming back. He going to kill him. And Ron comes back, and he walks in. He's all smiles. How y'all doing? Wait a minute. Who's this guy? And then on the card, he's going to do a run-in on Ahmed. Okay, let's let them talk, and we're going to see how this is going to work. Ron walks up to Ahmed and goes, how you doing, Ahmed? Everything good here? Yeah, we're going to do this tonight. We're going to do this, and I'm going to do a little run-in on you. We're going to be okay. And Ahmed's joking, and Ron's joking, and we're like, the is going on here? I've talked to him. I know he don't like. So they get out there, and the camera's rolling, and Ahmed's in the ring, and Ron does the running on Ahmed. And Ron beats him down. And then before Ron kicks him, Ron looks at Ahmed and goes, now your ass can sit at home like mine did. Boom! And then you got it. Then you realize, oh, Ron baited him in. He played nice until he got him where he needed him and then paid him back. And Ron kicked him so hard, he could have scored a goal from 5,000 yards. Like, it was that, like it hurt me, and I was in the back watching it. And lo and behold, there go Ahmed. Bye-bye, Ahmed. You're going to go home for a little bit.
It all builds to your incident with Ahmed. Tell us what happened.
Well, so we're in a locker room, and Ahmed is going to wrestle some guy named The Rock. I don't know who did he ever beat? I don't know. So he's getting ready to wrestle Rocky, and they're going over the match. And I'm going to take you on the other side of the curtain. If you guys don't know, wrestling is fake. 2 seconds ago when you pointed it out. No, wrestling is fake and not fake. It's predetermined. So we're going over the match, and I'm sitting right there because I'm involved in the match, and Ahmed and Rocky are working, and then they're getting more and more like agitated, and Ahmed is like, ugh, and he's getting louder and louder and louder, and you hear Ahmed go, yeah, I'm gonna moke your ass. The he say? And then Triple H, he's a big pot stirrer. He goes, excuse me, Ahmed, I don't know what. I just gotta ask a question. What does moke mean, and how do you use it in a sentence? Because he's messing with him, and Ahmed goes, oh, I'll moke your ass too. So now at this point, I understand. I speak Ebonics, so I understand. He's saying smoke your ass, which is code word for I'll kill you. We're all professionals in a locker room. And I go, the hell's he doing? So Rocky and Ahmed finish up not talking about their match. And then I go, hey guys, man, calm down, man. Nobody gonna moke nobody. Now I'm trying to make fun of them. Like, nobody gonna moke nobody. He looks at me and goes, okay. So him and Rocky finish up, and he says to Rocky, all right, we go finish it in the ring. We'll do this in the ring for real. Okay? And he looks at me and goes, I don't know what you're doing, man, but you keep your nose out of my damn business. Don't you ever talk to me again. My mama didn't raise no punk ass. No grown-ass man's going to talk to me, and I'm a grown-ass man like that. I like this dude back there. You need to come up here. That's a soundtrack.
Do not encourage it, D-Lo.
Okay. So I look at him, and I just look at him, and I look from one side. Is there somebody else here? Because I don't know who the you're talking to, because it definitely ain't me. And you don't ever speak to me that way again. If you don't speak to me in a respectful term, in a respectful tone, I will make you respect me. He goes, you ain't going to do nothing. I get a hand on my shoulder, and Ron goes, "It's all right, D'Lo. Just chill, just chill." I'm like, okay. So now I'm sitting here. It's about 30 minutes later, and I'm lacing my boots. And when you lace your boots, you're kind of boots are hard. They're hard to lace. That's the most work I do in a night is lace my boots up. So I'm lacing my boots up, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this blur coming at me. And as I look up, Ahmed Johnson is swinging a paint can at my head. But it's one of those things where it's literally in slow motion where I had enough time to go, what the hell is he doing? So as he swings in, I grab him, and I rotate my chair back kind of like this, and he don't know that I was an amateur wrestler back in the day. So I rotate him over, and I start just forearming his face. See, you call it a fight. It takes two sides to have a fight. So I start forearming his face. See what I did there, right? So I start forearming his face, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And then I pin him down. I'm like, how did that plan work out for you? That's pretty stupid. And right then, I got Godfather on one arm, Ron pulling the other arm, and I hear Godfather go, D'Lo, if you let him go, we can get him away from you. All right, okay, no problem. So I let him go. And it's amazing how someone is quiet when they're pinned down to the floor and how loud they get the further away from you they get. At about 30 feet, he was telling me everything in the world he was going to do to me, but he didn't do a damn thing when he was next to me. So that was the extent of the fight. Again, takes two sides for a fight. But then, okay, then my mind goes to, I just rolled over and pounded on one of the top stars of the company, and here I'm bow tie guy. I'm barely in the door, and then it goes to, damn it, I'm gonna get fired. So I'm worried, and then we get word that Jim Ross, who's head of talent relations at the time, he wants to see all of us in his office. Oh boy, I'm getting fired. So it's the next day at TV. We get the TV and we go into Jim's office, and there's the nation and myself, and there's Ahmed, and I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting. I got no fight. You don't get no fight. You don't. It's not professional to get in a fight. And Jim Ross in his lovely accent goes, "Boys, I heard we had a problem." Yes, sir. Well, Jim looks, and he's looking at both of us, and he looks at me and goes, either we all going to get along, then he looks over at Ahmed, or one of us is going to have to get on. And I went, he just chose me. I'm not getting in trouble. He's yelling at him. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, smiling inside. The 9-year-old kid inside of me is going, nah, boo-boo. And I'm happy as hell. And you see Ahmed go. Like it dawns on him, it's not going the way he thought it was. So as he's walking out the room, we leave. Again, I get the hand on my shoulder, and it's Ron. He goes, my boy, you won your first fight, and you still here. Power to the nation. And we walk on and go have TV.